The team is amazing, and you can tell when they're on the floor together that they really do thoroughly love each other and enjoy each other.
I like game because I feel like I can kind of let my personality shine. You know, I like when the girls are loud for me, and I like just showing off what I've been working for. And you know, when you're the only one up there on the beam and doing what you love, it's just an awesome feeling, especially when you hit that routine and all your work has paid off. It's amazing. Sharp, strong, confident, over the top on beam. It's just let it all out, let it go, and have fun up there. My name is Grace Rojas. I'm a sophomore here at Utah State, and I do bars, beam, and vault. I'm from Toronto, Canada. My major is accounting. I'm a numbers person. It kind of stemmed from me being little. I kind of always wanted to be a detective, but then I kind of liked the fact of numbers and math, and for me I kind of want to go into forensic accounting, which is a little bit of, it's a mix of both, so it's numbers and, you know, like finding the fraud in the numbers, and so for me it's kind of like a perfect mix of everything.
I'm Taylor Dittmar. I'm a junior at Utah State University, and I'm on the gymnastics team. So this team is like a family to me. We're all super close, super fun. We're all there for each other. My major is chemistry, and it's specifically professional chemistry. So after I graduate, I possibly want to go to graduate school to continue chemistry and then work for a company in lab research.
This is 0.34 times 2 psi.
It's 34% of 2 psi.
Yeah. 0.68 psi plus whatever the atmospheric pressure of the room is.
A typical day is usually having classes in the morning, and then we have practice, and then we go to weights, and then we go to we have treatment after, and then the rest of the night is me working on schoolwork.
No. So each judge has to determine whether they've earned the start value. So technically, unless you do a 180 on your split, you don't get credit. But what's happening is some judges will give credit on this, and some judges won't.
We're a sport, and I always say this, that when we get to college, we've got more mileage on our body than any other athlete on campus, because gymnasts start when they're 2, 3, 4 years old, and so they've been doing it for so long, and it's so intensive. You know, we try to, we don't try to, we do. We track all of the injuries and all that, and we have a tracking sheet that we get every day to where we can see where their pain level is, where their stress level is, if there's any sickness, so that we can gauge those things and make sure that we're managing them the best that we possibly can, because it is hard.
It was a bit of adjustment my freshman year, my first semester especially. There was a bit of an adjustment, but you know, I got used to it and I got into the groove of it, and it's been smooth sailing ever since.
More mental than physical, because you can do all these skills on the floor and you just put them up on the beam. So it's more mental in that case. So you really just have to grab your cues before each skill and go into it with intention and confidence. That's how I look at it.
being out there for the first time, I generally get very excited for competition. And so it was like, this is it, like I'm out here, competition is here. And all I can remember going through my head was big vault, just do a big aggressive vault. And I think I got a little carried away with it, but that's okay. Took a big hop back. I landed, so when I landed, I had like all the momentum going backwards, and I couldn't really stop it, and so I just took a huge hop back. If you land on your face, that's just flat out landing on your face. Good one, one that's used a lot is peeling off the bar. So kind of like if you're swinging and you just lose your grip, that's when you peel off. Splitting the beam is another common one. So that's when you completely miss your feet on the beam and you split the beam perfectly. It's not fun. Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Floor is more powerful and it's more fun too because you have the dance and the whole music and the atmosphere. So our team really gets into that, and I especially love floor and watching my teammates compete, and we just get so excited. And each part in the floor, everyone in their floor routine has a USU, so there's a 3 count in the music and we shout USU really loud. So that's always super fun and gets the crowd going. Vault is super quick but also super powerful. The girls just fly high and then you just stick the landing, and it's just amazing to watch. Bars require so much strength, and the girls we have an amazing bar team, and they just are super clean, super smooth, and they always stick that landing.
I remember going home for the first time after I had moved out here, and I remember going home and I was like, I cannot believe I grew up here for 19 years. Like I was like, this is terrible, this is so terrible, I've got to go back to Logan. But yeah, no, just the mountains and everything. So pretty, so beautiful out here compared to where I'm from. Is incredibly mentally tough, and we all just have that trust in each other and that confidence in each other when we go. So when there is a mishap, we always get it back on track. That's what Amy always says, either get it back on track or keep it going. Winning to me is achieving the goals that we've set. We set some pretty high goals this year, but like I said, I think we shifted our mindset, and we're in that mindset of nothing's getting in our way this year, and we're gonna push, and that's winning.
My name is Sam Merrill. I'm a senior guard here at Utah State, and yeah, it's been a bit of an up and down stretch for us. Mostly down these last few games, but I feel like after the Air Force game, the first Air Force game, we played really well against Nevada, played really, really well against Boise State for 37 minutes and then collapsed, but and then played really well this last game against Air Force as well. So I feel like we're on the right path, and we're making adjustments, and we're playing better. So hopefully we can continue to climb.
My name is Diogo Brito. I'm a senior for Utah State University. As of right now, I think the team is just trying to focus on a day-to-day work. Whatever is past, whatever happened, and we're just trying to make sure we can control what we can control, and that's what's in the future.
I know fans get disappointed and say stuff and all that, but no one was more disappointed than we were as a team. And you find yourself in some low places as a person, just wishing that you could have done something differently, and knowing that you've let your team down and a lot of other people down.
I've had a lot of ups and downs. I started really well, then I had a really hard time, but I just tried to focus on staying in the gym, you know, like make sure that good times will come, you know, if you're just persistent and if you just remain tough. And I think that's something that I try to remind myself every day, and I think it will help me in the future for sure.
Fortunately, we have a lot of resilient guys on this team. And, we came out the next day in our practice, and a lot of teams after a moment like that would quit and just give up on the season and want to coast it through, but we came out with a new level of energy, and we showed that on Tuesday night.
It was a bit of a shock, obviously. During the game, you know, like they had already subbed out their starters, and the team, I'm not sure about that, but I think we relaxed, and their subs, they just smelled blood with a few turnovers that we had in the first few minutes of that run, and I think that gave them a little confidence, and then we weren't able to play on attack mode. We were just trying to not lose the ball instead of trying to score, and that really caused us some problems. And definitely I took a big part of the blame for what happened, especially for that last turnover, but it's basketball, man. Things happen, you know, crazier things have happened, and hopefully this is a lesson that we learn from, and in the future we'll just act differently, you know, act more professionally and finish the game, play for 40 minutes like we should have.
Like looking over the film at the Boise State game, we played as good as we've played all year for 36 and a half of the minutes of the game, and then fell apart at the end. So it's kind of a cliche that most teams use, you know, go all 40 minutes, but that's definitely something that we're trying to implement in what we're doing.
Something that people always say, right? Play 40 minutes. And at UNLV, we had three road games. At UNLV, we barely played. We showed up soft for almost the whole time, the whole 40 minutes. At Air Force, we played about 17 minutes of good basketball, of Aggie basketball, and then we fell off. And then against Boise, we came out for 36 and a half, or however long that was, and then we didn't finish the game off.
And we have lots of goals this season, and I think those goals are still in reach if we continue to get better and continue to play hard and continue to do things the right way.
The saying right now is finish. Whatever it is, we just got to finish what we have to do.
I'm just trying to just keep going. Like we've talked about, there are ups and downs in a season, and as a senior, I only have a select few games left here at Utah State, and nothing is guaranteed after that. So I'm just trying to make the most of this opportunity, and I can do that hopefully by helping our team win games.
Yeah, he's been saying that we need to eliminate losing ever since he's gotten here for 2 years now. You know, we were really good with that last year. This year, we've been good with that at points, and we haven't been so good at other points. And I think we just got to make sure we get back to that, which is rebounding, not turning the ball over, making free throws. Those are winning plays that eliminate losing. That's what it's meant by eliminate losing. Staying focused mentally, knowing the scouting report. And we just got to make sure we bring that every day in practice, and when the game time comes, we're focused in making those winning plays.
Yeah, we obviously know how many games are left, but especially in the situation that we're in, we have to take every game one at a time and take every game seriously, obviously. But in a situation where we're trying to climb back up the standings, you can't look ahead or anything like that. So we are ultra focused on every game that we have going forward, and we'll treat each game as such.
I think it shows that this past three games show that the team has the potential to improve, because one thing is if we're playing really well already and then we kind of take it easy, and then there's like a stagnant moment in the season. And in the past few weeks, I think our team has been constantly improving, and that's some I've seen some right things from everybody on the team, and towards the end of the year, that will really be helpful for us.
Ultra focused on every game that we have going forward, and we'll treat each game as such.
Go Aggies!
My coach, I love her so much. She is literally the best coach I've ever had. She really cares about you as a person, and even outside of the gym, she's always asking you how you're doing, how school's going.
Hi, I'm Amy Smith, and I am the head coach here at Utah State University for their gymnastics team. I was born in Illinois, and I grew up in Oregon, and I claim to be a gymnastics gypsy because I've lived all over the place. My freshman year of college, I ended up at the University of Oklahoma, and I spent a year there, and then I ended up transferring to UCLA. It just wasn't the right fit for me at OU, and was really fortunate because UCLA was my dream school, so I got a second shot at it. As a senior and a captain of the team, won the first national championship UCLA has ever won, and was a 3-time All-American, and then some other stuff too, I can't remember. But I had a great career there. My goal has been to be a head coach, and the position opened up here at Utah State, and I was offered and accepted, and here I am and going into year 3 and just really excited about the upcoming season. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. Yes, we are young. This team has been a ton of fun. What I've loved about coaching this team is that we're seeing more leadership and leaders and voices develop out of this team than what I've had in the last 2 years. And for me, that's been one of the coolest things. Aside from all the gymnastic stuff, it's certain people finding their voices and certain people learning how to step up and be leaders. And this year we did something different in the sense that, like I said, we didn't quite have the leadership that we needed the last 2 years. So this year we decided to develop a leadership council, and we have representatives from each of the classes, and all through preseason every Monday we would get together, we would read a chapter in a book and discuss it and help them develop their voice, and like I said, develop as leaders. And that's been probably one of the coolest things that I've seen this year, is certain people stepping up and taking ownership of this team and ownership of themselves too, because to be a leader, it's not always easy to be in that position. And so, like I said, we've taken the time to help develop them in that capacity, and it's been really cool to see a lot of them step up and do that and gain confidence from that. Every athlete is so different in what they need in those moments. Some people need a lot of that inspiration and need that security going in, that they're good and they're ready to go. And with some athletes too, you just get out of their way because you've seen them do the training, and you know that they don't need anything but for you to just say, you got this, and get after it. So I really try to, I think in this program, one of the philosophies is that we coach the individual. We don't have this blanket overall arcing way that we do that, other than each individual needs different things. And as coaches, putting your ego aside and not feeling like maybe I have to go coach somebody up because I feel like I need that when they don't need it. So it's really getting to learn your athletes and developing that relationship to kind of figure out. And in those moments too, there might be an athlete that you're watching them and they're not somebody that needs coaching, but on that day they're struggling, so you've got to be able to have a good read and know what they need and be able to step up and do that. So I think the whole coaching staff really tries to do that, and like I said, just coach the individual. I mean, it has nothing to do with us as coaches. It's just what does that person need, and not everybody can do that. Oh, absolute joy. I mean, like when you see an athlete put together a set that they work so hard in and day out in the gym to put that in competition. Yeah, that's what we do this for. It's like you to have those moments. So that's really exciting to see, and just for them to see them light up and that hard work come into play. So. I always say I've got the best job in the world because I get to see this growth. Like I said, one of the coolest things about this year has been the leadership and seeing these young women step up and grow and be able to communicate more effectively with each other because they've got the confidence to do that. And those are the parts that I love. It's just those growth moments. And like I said, we get to use gymnastics to do that. And we had an inter squad earlier this year, and the judges that were there actually said that. They're like, no, you can tell your team really does like each other. I go, yeah, they do. And you don't get that all the time. So that's another thing that I really do appreciate about this team here, is that they all are bought into everything and they do have each other's backs. So that's been pretty cool to coach too. Go Aggies!